What if I told you that every time you swipe right and get no match, every time you craft the perfect message and get ghosted, every time you update your profile photos for the 100th time, you're not failing at dating, you're succeeding at being a product. See, dating apps aren't designed to get you into relationships. They're designed to keep you swiping. And the worse you feel about yourself, the more money they make. I spent 3 years thinking I was the problem, paying for premium features, hiring photographers, rewriting my bio like I was applying to Harvard. Then I learned something that changed everything about how I see modern dating. And it's probably going to piss you off because the game has been rigged from day one, and we're all just paying to lose. Dating apps turned loneliness into subscription service. You know that feeling when you're scrolling through matches at 11 p.m., wondering why everyone else seems to be living their best life while you're collecting rejections like Pokemon cards? Yeah, that's not an accident. That feeling of inadequacy, that's the product. Dating apps have turned loneliness into a subscription service, and we're all paying monthly fees to feel like shit about ourselves. Here's what nobody talks about. The average guy gets matches on less than 2% of his swipes. 2%. You have better odds of finding a parking spot in Manhattan during rush hour. But here's the kicker. Apps don't tell you this. They let you think you're uniquely unfuckable. They've gamified human connection and rigged the game so badly that even attractive, successful guys feel like trolls. I watched my friend Mike, who's a doctor and looks like he stepped out of a catalog, spend 6 months questioning his entire existence because Hinge was treating him like radioactive waste. The apps have convinced us that dating success equals human worth, and that's exactly where they want us. Desperate, insecure, and ready to pay for solutions to problems they created. Apps make money when you stay single. Here's the brutal truth. Dating apps make money when you don't find love. Think about it. Happy couples delete the app. Single people keep paying for premium features, boosts, super likes, and all the other digital snake oil they're selling. A Harvard Business School study found that dating apps deliberately create artificial scarcity. They limit your matches, hide your profile from potential connections, and use algorithms that prioritize engagement over compatibility. It's like a casino where the house always wins, except instead of losing money, you're losing your self-esteem. The apps create what psychologists call intermittent variable reinforcement, the same mechanism that makes slot machines addictive. You get just enough matches to keep hope alive, but never enough to feel satisfied. They've literally weaponized the part of your brain that responds to uncertainty. And here's the really fucked up part. They track everything. How long you stare at photos, which profiles make you hesitate, when you're most likely to make impulsive purchases. They know you better than you know yourself. And they use that data to keep you trapped in their ecosystem of manufactured loneliness. The night I deleted every dating app, I realized this when I was sitting in my car after another failed first date, wondering what was wrong with me. This was date number. Honestly, I lost count, but they all followed the same pattern. Great texting, mediocre meetup, mutual ghosting. I felt like I was stuck in some cosmic joke where everyone else got the dating manual and mine got lost in the mail. That's when my friend Sarah, who works in tech, told me something that broke my brain. She said, "Dude, you know these apps literally hide your profile from people, right? Even if they would swipe right on you." I thought she was conspiracy theorizing, but then she showed me the data. Dating apps shadow ban attractive profiles to create artificial competition. They boost profiles that haven't been active to lure them back. They literally manipulate who sees whom to maximize time spent on the platform. The algorithm decides your worth based on engagement metrics, not compatibility. They track how long you stare at photos. When you're most vulnerable, what makes you desperate enough to pay? I had been blaming my photos, my bio, my conversation skills, my entire personality for what was essentially a rigged slot machine. It wasn't that I was undateable. It was that the system was designed to make me feel undateable, so I'd keep paying for features that promised to fix a problem they artificially created. They profit from your insecurity, your desperation, your late-night vulnerability when you're scrolling through profiles wondering why you're still alone. That night, I deleted every dating app on my phone. Not because I gave up on dating, but because I finally understood the game I was playing. And once you see the matrix, you can't unsee it. The relief was immediate and terrifying. For the first time in years, I stopped blaming myself for a system that was never designed to help me succeed. I felt free, but also angry that I'd wasted so much time and energy on something that was fundamentally broken from the start. The apps had convinced me that my worth as a person was tied to how many strangers validated me with a swipe. What a fucking scam. How to beat their rigged system. So what do you do with this information? First, stop measuring your worth by your match rate. Those numbers are about as meaningful as your credit score in Monopoly money. The apps are literally designed to make you feel inadequate. Understanding this doesn't make you enlightened, it makes you informed. Your match rate is not a reflection of your value as a person. It's a reflection of an algorithm designed to keep you hooked and paying. Second, if you're going to use apps, use them strategically. Set time limits. Don't pay for premium features. They're psychological manipulation dressed up as convenience. Use them like you'd use a slot machine, for entertainment, not as a life strategy. No endless scrolling at 2 a.m. when you're feeling lonely. That's when they get you. Third, diversify your dating portfolio. I know. Just meet people in real life. Sounds like advice from your mom. But here's the thing, your mom was right. Join clubs, take classes, go to events where you're doing things you actually enjoy. You'll meet people who share your interests, instead of people who share your zip code and swiping habits. Fourth, work on yourself, but not for the apps. Work on yourself because you deserve to be the kind of person you'd want to date. Read books, develop hobbies, have opinions about things other than Netflix shows. Become interesting, not optimized. Build confidence that isn't tied to validation from strangers online. Finally, remember that dating apps are just one tool in the toolbox. They're not the entire hardware store. Some people meet their soulmates on Tinder. Others meet them at coffee shops or through friends or at random Tuesday night trivia. The apps want you to think they're the only game in town, but that's just marketing designed to keep you trapped. Your worth is not for sale, and you deserve better than algorithms built to exploit your insecurities. Your worth isn't for sale online. Look, I'm not saying dating apps are evil. I'm saying they're businesses, and their business model depends on your loneliness. Once you understand that, you can use them without letting them use you. The next time you're staring at your phone, wondering why nobody swiped right, remember, it's not you, it's the system. And the system is designed to make you feel like shit, so you'll pay them to feel slightly less like shit. Stop playing a rigged game by rigged rules. Your dating life isn't a reflection of your worth as a human being. It's just dating. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And most of the time, it has nothing to do with you personally. So here's what I want you to do. Comment below and tell me one thing you're going to change about how you approach dating. Are you going to delete an app? Set time limits? Try meeting people offline? I want to hear your game plan. And if this video helped you see dating apps differently, share it with someone who needs to hear this. Because somewhere out there, there's a guy sitting in his car after another disappointing date, wondering what's wrong with him. And the answer is probably nothing. The game is just rigged. Let's help him figure that out.